Hello friends, welcome to Acharya 90 FM. Myself KETAKI from Acharya Marathi College, Department of Psychology. Today I will put some light on topic changing communication patterns in digital age. The focus of 21st century is electronics and technology. The period is commonly known as technological century because of its quick and speed throughout human territory and its ability to improve human lives. As a result, it has been observed that the world is changing dramatically every day due to growing numbers of new inventions and enhanced technologies. In fact, it creates a forum where everyone may speak and be heard. But let me ask a question. How many of you have checked your phone in last 10 minutes? Be honest. It's almost impossible to avoid, isn't it? According to recent studies, the average teenager spends over 7 hours a day on screen, most of the time on social media. That's nearly a third of the day. Social media has become a huge part of our lives. It connects us, entertains us, and informs us. Platforms like Instagram, Whatsup, and Facebook have changed not only how often we talk, but also how we communicate. Have you ever stopped to think how different conversations are today compared to 10 or 15 years ago? Social media has brought people closer in many ways. Today, we stand in the middle of communication revolution, that one which is driven by rapid rise of social media. These platforms have fundamentally changed how we connect, share, and communicate. Not too long ago, communication mostly meant to be face-to-face conversations, phone calls, or handwritten letters. Today, it often means emojis, snaps, reels, tweets, and video stories. Smartphones have significantly impacted the way we communicate, both positively and negatively. As we marvel at how easy it is to connected, we must ask ourselves that how it is increasing use of social media changing the way we communicate, and what effects does it have on our relationship, emotions, and society as a whole. One major change in the decline in face-to-face interaction. It's now common to see people engrossed in their phones during family dinners, social events, or even on one-to-one interactions, leading to emotional disconnect and weakened relationship. This makes others feel ignored or unimportant, reducing the depth and quality of interactions. In daily life, it's common to see people sitting together but not truly engaging, each person staring at the screen instead of talking. At breakfast, a parent might scroll through the news while the child eats in silence, missing a chance to connect before the child going to the school. On public transport, instead of exchanging small talk, most passengers are absorbed in their devices with headphones on. At work, colleagues often send quick messages through the apps even when they are seated nearby, avoiding face-to-face discussions. In cafes, couples or friends sit across from each other but barely make an eye contact as they check social media or waiting for the reply of notifications. Even in classroom, students discreetly glance at their phone, distracted from lessons or group works. At night, instead of talking about their whole day, family members might sit in the same room, glued to separate screens. These everyday moments, once filled with the natural conversation, are now frequently interrupted or replaced by smartphone use, gradually weakening a real human connection. Imagine that you are sitting with a group of friends, no one is speaking, heads are down, fingers are scrolling, and though you are physically together, you feel at the end alone. This screen is very familiar, almost normal in this today's hyper-connected world. We live in an age where social media dominates communication, especially among youth, but this convenience comes at a cost. While we are constantly connected, our interpersonal communication patterns, that is how we speak, listen, and emotionally relate, are fundamentally changing. For most of human history, communication was face-to-face, rich with tone, emotion, and body language. But now, much of our interaction occurs behind screens, silent, text-based, and filter. We talk through typed messages, voice notes, images, and emojis. Face-to-face interactions are replaced with scrolling, reacting, and replying. Interpersonal conversations are becoming fragmented and asynchronous. We don't speak in real time, we wait for the next reply. A study from University of California found that the average person sends and receives over 94 texts per day but engages in lesser than fewer 3 meaningful face-to-face conversations. This creates a paradox, that is more messages but fewer meaningful connections. The shift from verbal to digital communication has dramatically transformed how people interact in both personal and professional spheres. Traditional face-to-face conversations and phone calls are increasingly being replaced by emails, messaging apps, social media platforms, and video conferencing tools. These transitions offer speed, convenience, and the ability to communicate across vast distances, but it also presents challenges such as misinterpretation, reduced emotional context, and digital fatigue. Smartphone usage has significantly impacted family life, often reducing the quality of communication and emotional connection among members. Families may be physically present but emotionally distant, as individuals focus more on screens than on each other. This leads to the less face-to-face interactions, emotional disconnection, and increase in conflicts, particularly around screen time limits, attention, and neglect of possibilities. Children may feel ignored when parents are distracted by their phones, and in turn, they often adopt the same habits, leading to early digital dependence. Shared family time like meals or conversations is frequently interrupted by notifications or scrolling, weakening bonds and reducing opportunities for meaningful connections. Over time, excessive smartphone use can contribute to mental health issues, trust problems, and a breakdown in family unity if not addressed through mindful and balanced strategies. As digital communication becomes the norm, there is a growing need to develop new etiquettes and skill to maintain clarity, empathy, and effectiveness in interactions that lacks the nuance of spoken language. Social media encourages what we can call micro communication, small, frequent bursts of contacts containing likes, snaps, emojis, and DMs. While these interactions help to maintain a sense of presence, they often lack emotional depth. Conversation becomes transactional. Constant surface interactions can give an illusion of closeness without actual emotional intimacy. This leads to what psychologists call as social snacking, which is brief social interactions that satisfy immediate emotional hunger but leave us lacking a real connection. The rise of social media has contributed to a noticeable decline in nonverbal communication skills such as body language, facial expressions, and a tone of voice, which are essential for interpreting the meaning of what has been said. As more interaction takes place through the text-based platform like messaging apps and social media posts, people, especially younger generations, are missing out on opportunities to develop and practice these crucial social cues. Without regular face-to-face communication, it becomes harder to read emotional subtleties, respond empathetically, or to develop interpersonal connections. Over a time, this can lead to the misunderstandings, reduced emotional intelligence, and difficulty in navigating real-world social situations where nonverbal cues once used to play a vital role. Social media has led to the rise of passive communication, which often replaces active, two-way dialogue with quick, low-effort responses that require minimal engagement. While passive communication can help to maintain a sense of connection, it often lacks a depth and emotional resonance. As a result, relationships may become more superficial and people start feeling lonelier despite being constantly connected online. This shift also reduces opportunities to develop active listening and thoughtful expressions, skills that are essential for building strong, empathetic communication in real life. Smartphones have also contributed to shortened attention spans. The constant buzz of notification interrupts meaningful conversation, making it difficult for individuals to stay present or fully engaged. In many cases, people even rely on their phone as a social crutch, turning to their screens to avoid uncomfortable situations rather than initiating genuine interaction. Additionally, the overuse of emojis, abbreviation, and casual slang has diluted the clarity and emotional nuance of communication, especially in important discussions. Social media has often been a source of conflict in personal relationships, especially marriages. For instance, a study conducted in UK found that about 1 in 7 divorces cited Facebook activity as a major contributing factor for their divorces. The constant presence of social media can lead to emotional neglect, jealousy, and mistrust between partners. Instead of resolving issues through direct communication, couples might grow distant as they focus more on their online interactions, which hampers honest and meaningful connections. The increasing use of social media has led to the creation of filtered realities where individuals often present idealized versions of lives, carefully curated through edited photos, selecting highlights, and polished captions. This tendency to showcase only the most appealing aspects of one's experience and personality can result in less authentic communication, as people may feel pressure to conform to online standards rather than express their true thoughts and emotions. Over time, this can erode genuine self-expression and lead to the distorted perceptions of reality for both the sender and the audience as well. As communication becomes more about performance than connection, meaningful dialogue and emotional honesty often take a backseat, weakening the depth and authenticity of human relationships. A teen in Delhi shared a podcast that how she stopped messaging honestly because saying no one wants to hear that you are having a bad day online. She kept thinking and doing things light and fake until she realized that her friendship was too light and fake. In the digital age, conflict and miscommunications have become more common due to limitations and speed of online interactions. Additionally, the instant nature of digital platform often encourages impulsive responses without time for reflection, which can escalate conflicts rather than resolving them. Social media further amplifies this by providing a public stage for disagreements, sometimes turning private issues into viral confrontations. Lacking the emotional depth that comes from face-to-face connections and shared experiences. The read but not ignored performance or phenomena where messages are seen but not responded to has become a common source of frustration. This passive form of communication creates uncertainty and can damage trust in relationships, leading to passive-aggressive behavior or feeling of rejections. Such experiences show how social media's communication style sometimes undermines genuine dialogue and can strain friendship or even romantic relationships. As a result, many people report feeling socially connected yet emotionally isolated. People using the digital devices or platform often becomes compulsive, interfering with daily life, mental health, and relationships. Social media companies design their apps to keep us hooked with like, notification, and endless scrolling, tapping into our brain reward system. Such excessive compulsive use of digital devices or platform has enough potential to disrupt normal life. While digital tools have expanded the possibilities for human connection, they also challenge us to rethink how we define closeness, trust, and emotional support in the screen-dominated this world. So, how we can protect our deep interpersonal communication in an age of constant digital noise? You may create phone-free spaces for conversations. Call or meet in person instead of sending huge long text online. Try to be intentional with digital language. Please don't assume everything, but learn to clarify everything. We may practice active listening even in an online mode. Make sure to check in emotionally as well as practically. Don't let the so-called likes to replace your real concern. We may often try to encourage offline friendship along with your online connections and see to unplug the bonding experiences more. In conclusion, social media has given us incredible tools to connect, to express, to share, but in the process, it has reshaped how we communicate with each other. We have gained speed but lost the nuance. We talk more but listen less. We are more visible but sometimes feels more invisible. Our challenge now is not to reject the technology, but to use it mindfully and to make a room again for a real, human, heartfelt communication. Because in the end, it's not just about being connected, it's about feeling understood. Thank you for listening. Hope you have liked the content and the context. Myself, KETAKI BHAT, will definitely come up with a new information and new topic. Till then, stay tuned to Acharya 90 FM. Thank you.
Acharya 90 FM